And I'd like to begin by asking Mr. Reddy of the Congress Party. We've seen 6 guarantees that have been put forth by your party. You say that first cabinet, all of them will be put in place. They will be implemented as soon as possible if the Congress is voted to power. But as far as Karnataka is concerned, there were several hurdles that were faced by the state back then as well. Are you confident that you are going to be able to deliver on the promise you're making today?
Yes, we are 100% confident that we are going to deliver it 100%. Because see, let me tell you that the implementation of the 6 guarantees is not mission impossible. It is possible. Let me also remind you that before 2014 in erstwhile AP, where all these 70% of these guarantees were covered in our welfare schemes. Let me remind you that. And in this decade time, under the ruling of this BRS government, people lost these welfares. So now we just wanted to revive it and bring back to the people. So what's wrong in it? And we are not in a position that we cannot afford it. See, that is the situation. That is the report card of BRS. In this decade time, they have grown debt just like you told. Like you actually, said like it is around 300% of debt rise. But it is more than 300%. It is almost 600%. It is almost 600%. We are not counting the local bodies and the guarantees given. If all considered, the debt has gone up to above 5 lakh crores. And now, the point which needs to be highlighted here is the wastage of money on irrigation projects like Kaleshwaram, which is not yielding a single acre for irrigation. Like, it is not drawing a single drop of water from Godavari basin. We challenged that. We challenged BRS party to come to Medigadda, which recently sank.
Sure. And that is an investigation in that project is also something that you have promised in your manifesto. But Mr. Reddy, I want to ask you this. You just said that I quoted a 300% increase as far as debt is concerned, but it's much more than that. But on the other hand, you're also saying that you can afford this. How can those two go hand in hand? Aren't you just then plunging the state into further debt? Is that a wise financial decision to be made by a party who wants to come to power?
We have given the state into the hands of BRS government with a surplus budget of 18,000 crores. And at that time, we were, fighting for our rightful portion. That is where the agitation rose. And that is how the statehood happened. So now, it is all about the wealth generation as well. When BRS government is not having any idea of generating wealth, just end up going on uprising and debts and, trying to fulfill the promises. And in fact, on ground, these schemes are not even reaching the people. That is the reason we quote the Sarkar as sample Sarkar. If there are like 1 lakh people who are covered under this scheme, only around 500 to 1,000 people are covered. How can we say that the welfare is reaching everyone? No, it is not.
Sure. Krishank Manne, your heart may have been in the right place, but you didn't distribute the wealth properly, which is why Telangana sees the issue it's seeing today, says the Congress.
Well, Poonamji, 65 lakh farmers receive Raitu Bandhu, after which Government of India started a scheme like Raitu Bandhu, after which even West Bengal state government also started a scheme. Neither the Congress, which ruled this nation for decades and decades, or in fact the United Andhra Pradesh for also decades, have never started this. But today, after a successful Raitu Bandhu, Congress in their so-called manifesto announces few more additional monetary amount for it and copies our scheme. Number 1, Kalyan Lakshmi, Shadi Mubarak, which is already a successful program which was never there in the government of India, anywhere, any state of India. Telangana has given 1,01,016 rupees for a newlywed young woman, which Congress has copied and announced in its manifesto. Number 2, not just these two, even Dalit Bandhu, Congress has copied it and announced in its manifesto. So why would Telangana people need a copycat Congress party when it is already being executed by Chief Minister KCR? Now Congress talks about, projects. It is hilarious. The CAG has quoted that the Congress is a Lutera Congress. They have looted on the name of project even before. Why didn't you construct Pranahita Chevella when you were there in power for 10 years? What were you plucking? Why didn't you do the Palamuru Rangareddy project? You promised national statuses, but you did not even give water. Congress period mein Telangana has seen no water. People have seen water wars. There were water wars for kilometers. People used to walk. Yes, this has been for Congress a mockery. People like Chidambaram come here and say, sorry, few people have died for Telangana. Sorry, not, sir, not few people. Thousands have died of Telangana because of you. Yes, you need to apologize. Madam Sonia Gandhi has to apologize. Mr. Rahul Gandhi has to apologize. The whole manifesto itself is a joke because in Karnataka we are seeing how Mr. D.K. Shivkumar has clearly stated that they do not have funds for development. Congress MLA Chedakshari has stated that because of their so-called warranties or some promises,
Sure.
they could not deliver in the constituencies for development. So Karnataka itself is an example today that Congress's promises are a blunder, flop, failure. Telangana people will not believe what kind of promises. No one has ever given scooties, madam, in this country. So many governments have promised in different state manifestos. Congress also has promised here scooties today. Show me one state government anywhere who has given scooties, but they have kept it in manifesto. That itself is a joke by the Congress party that they are not going to do it. It is a 420 promise, a copycat.
But promises have been made. But promises have been made on both sides. And I want